Take a look at this statue. It's about 4,000 years old. And on its lap, there's a plant. Now, that might not sound like much, but that simple little plant could be one of the most important ideas in all of human history. So yeah, let's break it down. So you often hear this amazing claim about the carving on this ruler's lap, that it's the oldest city map in the world. But is it really? Is that what we're looking at here? All right, let's dive right in. What you're seeing is a statue of a guy named Gudea. He was a ruler way back in ancient Sumer. And that little tablet he's got there on his lap, well, that's the center of this whole 4,000-year-old mystery. You see this a lot in headlines, right? Found, the 4,000-year-old blueprint of a city. It's dramatic, it's catchy. It makes you think of these ancient geniuses drawing up city maps. But, the real story, it's a bit more complicated and, honestly, way more interesting. So yeah, while this thing is absolutely an incredible case of history, the scholars, the people who really study this stuff, they pumped the brakes a little on calling it a city map. They've got a different take. They see it as an architectural plan, maybe for a temple. And trust me, that difference is a really big deal. Okay, so to really get what this plan is all about, first, we've got to get to know the man himself, Gudea. So Gudea was in charge in ancient Mesopotamia. We're talking late 3rd millennium BC. And his thing wasn't really being a big warrior king. No, his whole legacy was built on, well, building stuff. He was famous for being this great patron of massive construction projects, especially temples. And look at how he's shown in this statue. This isn't just a portrait, it's pure PR. He's not some fierce warrior with a weapon. He's calm, he's seated, he's holding a tool for measuring. The message is crystal clear. I'm not a ruler of chaos and battle. I'm a ruler of order, of organization, of design. And that brings us right back to the main point. If it's not a city map, then what exactly are we looking at? Think about it like this. A city map is like looking at your town on Google Maps. You see all the streets, the neighborhoods, the whole layout. An architectural plan is the blueprint for your house. It shows one building, but with all the nitty-gritty details you need to actually build it. And that's exactly what we see on Gudea's lap. All those straight lines, those careful measurements, it's a design for one specific building. Probably a big, important temple. It's not a drawing of the whole city. So, okay, if Gudea's plan isn't the oldest city map, then what is? The question is still out there, right? Well, a way better candidate for that title is this little clay tablet. It's called the Nippur map. Now, it's from a bit later, but it's much more clearly a map of an entire city. So if you're placing bets, this is the one most experts would point to. But hold on, don't go thinking, oh, so it's just a plan. That's totally missing the point. The fact that it is a plan, that's what makes it so mind-blowingly important. You have to understand what a huge leap this was for human thinking. Before this, how did you build things? Well, you tell people what to do, or maybe you'd kind of sketch things out in the dirt as you went. A plan, a real, measured, visual plan, that changes the whole game. It's the moment we started designing things in our minds first, solving problems on a tablet before we even picked up a tool. Seriously, this wasn't just a new trick for builders. It was a brand new way of thinking. Just one idea, and it completely transformed how we create our world. All of a sudden, you could tackle huge, complex projects. You could make sure everything was in proportion. You could line things up just right. Architecture went from being something you just did to something you could thoughtfully and deliberately design. And that's the message screaming at us from this 4,000-year-old statue. I build according to plan. It feels so modern, doesn't it? It's all about control, vision, and imposing order on the world. So let's bring this home. Because this ancient idea is not just some dusty artifact in a museum. Its legacy is literally all around us. Here's the big takeaway. The Gudea Plan represents this fundamental shift. It's the moment we learn to take a physical place and turn it into abstract knowledge. A building wasn't just a pile of stones anymore. It was an idea, a set of data you could draw, share, and improve on paper. And that way of thinking, it's the direct ancestor to pretty much everything we rely on. Think about it. Blueprints, floor plans for your house, the city planning apps on your phone, even the digital layouts for websites. It all comes from this basic, powerful concept. So no, it might not be the world's oldest city map, but the Gudea Plan is something so much more profound. It's a monument to our ability to imagine and design the future. And that leaves us with a pretty big question, doesn't it? What are the big ideas we're turning into plans today that will still be shaping the world 4,000 years from now?